Dormitory Glory Stories!
Hello and welcome to Dormitory Glory Stories, your unofficial guide to the mistakes you're gonna make in college and how you can survive and thrive from them. I'm your host, Dejen Tesfagiorgis, and our first episode, this very pilot, features a good friend of mine, Lauren Gamiel, who's a bassist out of the University of Miami, turned improviser, very funny sketch writer and performer. And she sat down with me. We talked about the ups and downs of being a music major, minoring, and immigrant kid guilt, I guess, about only being in music. So please listen up, comment, subscribe, do all those good fun things, and we'll see you after the episode.
Just got some phlegm. I hear that's good for podcasting.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna do it, Louis Armstrong. Yeah.
I gotta do that character. It's Louis Armstrong having a panic attack.
Oh yes, and noticing the 5 things.
Yeah.
Okay, what are the 5 things you see, Louis?
Skies are blue, lady in a striped shirt, lazy on the couch, my brain hurts.
And what do you smell? What do you smell?
What I smell. Each of my senses is fully active.
5 things you can touch. My microphone. The stage.
Is that how it goes? Does it go?
Yeah, it's like all your senses.
Oh.
It's not just sight, Dejen. There's more than just what you can see.
I don't know. I've never had a panic attack. Well, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
Must be nice.
What's you're
talking to the girl with 2 therapists? So I'll let you answer that question.
Yeah, but but you're still a performer, right?
Yes.
Is there nerves before you perform?
Never. Not a single nerve.
Not
yeah,
a single
absolutely.
nerve. Well, what's we're going. Does it feel good? Natural transition.
Feels really bad.
Feels really bad?
Yeah.
Are you having a panic attack?
I'm freaking the fuck out.
Can I watch one in real time?
I see smoke a lot.
Okay, welcome to Dormitory Glory Stories, huh?
Hey!
First official pilot. Later on in the episode, we will be joined by a bridesmaid giving a wedding speech. But please put your hands together for a graduate of the University of Miami Conservatory of Music.
That's not a conservatory.
It's not a conservatory?
Not even a little.
Lauren Gamiel.
Gamiel. Close enough.
All right.
It's a made-up name, so you can't go that wrong.
How's it made up?
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this because every time I ask my grandpa, I never get to the bottom of it.
Uh-huh.
But it started as Gamiel in Palestine or Yemen, and then became Gamiel at Ellis Island. But my grandpa was like, that sounds too much like camel, so he was like, let's add an I, and so he made it Gamiel. But his brother's last name is still Gamiel, and so they like fight about that. I don't know if I should be airing that.
No, it's fine. Let's get that dirty laundry out.
Yes. So it's a made-up name.
Huh.
Essentially.
I had a friend also played saxophone in high school. His parents took the first half of his mom's last name and the second half of his dad's last name. Mm-hmm. I thought that was weird as fuck. He's a weird guy too.
Wow. What's his name? Full, first, and last.
I don't remember.
And
He
social.
played tenor saxophone and broke his
damn.
arm at a mosh pit concert.
Okay, we're gonna find him.
We'll find him.
Gotta get it.
We're
I don't know.
way off course.
I was picturing actual Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Well, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Lauren Alexandra Gamiel. I was born on April 23rd, 1994.
I'll just give me your name and your school.
Just my name and my school.
Name, school, major. Let's do that.
Okay, love it. Lauren, University of Miami, doesn't have a conservatory, but it does have a music school.
Uh-huh.
I majored in music. I also minored in, oh boy, I don't know if you want to go down this road.
Let's start with it.
Okay, let's fucking go. Minored in business law and chemistry and was pre-vet. Took like 21 credits a semester. Had no fun in college.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't really regret it, but I kind of do.
It's rough. A double majors. Was it a triple major?
2 minors and a major and pre-vet. Yeah, it was rough. It was honestly really rough.
Whoa.
Especially because music is like, here's a 6-hour class for 1 credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's like 5 times a week.
And you have to practice
and you have to practice like 5 hours a day. Yeah. So, yeah.
I was in a similar boat with majoring in entrepreneurship and
this isn't about
music.
you, though. Yeah.
It's not about me,
no,
but I'm trying to share an experience. That's what podcasters do. I'm trying to share an experience to introduce the users, the readers, the watchers. Never heard of that before?
Wait, entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
And sax?
And saxophone, yeah.
two kind of things that go against each other, right?
Kind of, because the people, I mean, I was playing a lot of gigs. I was used like
That's true. That is true.
The good thing about being like a big fish in a smaller pond at a school is I could email the business school and I knew all the happenings of like teacher retirements or whatever ceremonies. So I'd make like maybe $300 to $500 a gig. And so like every Friday or every Thursday at like 7.
So you're
I was
waiting
the
for
guy.
people to retire, basically, so you could
Kind
play
of.
at their retirement
Every
parties?
like semester. I even played like recruiting events for new students.
Okay, so you carted out the old and brought in the new,
yes.
but nothing for current
But no other
living members.
No.
Not that they die when they leave.
No, they do die. That's
That
the
was
catch of
part.
playing
Well, they
with it.
listen to your playing.
Yes,
No,
they-
no, you're great.
I
sure
tune at
you're great.
8:45.
I have her. Isn't that good? You like that?
Well, let's start.
Cool. It was nice.
Yeah, all right, great talking to you. You can't do shit with improv people. Well, okay. So the thing that stressed me out the most going into school was auditioning, and also once you got there, I was confused that people didn't have majors declared. They were like, I'm just figuring it out for 2 years,
Oh, people. Yeah.
which is a weird thing because
I can't imagine that.
you have to go. I was like, well, what are you going to this school for?
Right.
If it's not, you didn't have to audition. What was your like?
Whose parent? Like, I wish my parents were like that. Yeah, fucking right.
Just go figure it out.
Yeah, and no. Wait, the music was so I could get the scholarship, but I had to be studying science concurrently. I could not just be going to school for music.
Yeah.
Yeah, legit.
Was music your desire? Like,
I did, yeah, and sorry, I totally took this already off course, but yes, I did love playing bass. I got really into it in high school. Actually, I do want to share this story really, really quickly.
Please.
It's short, but my sister and I both play. Girls playing bass, okay.
Great.
And applause. And thank you. We'll edit that in. And my high school bass teacher,
I'm
music
cutting this
teacher-
whole thing out.
Yeah, this is all getting cut out. Honestly, this fucking
No
sucks.
fucking side stories.
This is the worst story ever. William Eckfeld, shout out. And I wasn't really caring. I was like, I'm gonna be a horse vet. I don't care about music. And he was like, I'm disappointed in you. Like, he said that to me in his office, and I looked him in the eye after he said that, and I was like, give me that fucking music. And then I went so hard for like the rest of my life. And hearing him say he was disappointed in me, I went so hard. Like, went to Allstate, like went to music school.
Was he a private lessons teacher?
No,
What
he was our orchestra conductor and director. Yeah.
at high school.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a bassist himself.
And a bait of yeah.
Of course. So he was like really obsessed with us.
Uh-huh.
But to answer your question, auditioning was definitely a fun time.
Okay, great. That
So
does
next.
it. Well, so like the thing about having mentors, like I was told, I think when I was in high school, I used to go sit in the college classes of Richard Davis, who taught jazz and taught
Wow.
bass and like
And
black music ensemble at
Oh,
Wisconsin.
nice. The podcast is historically very visual, so they can all see.
I'm wearing a shirt. Well, I got the tape. So I'm wearing a Richard Davis bass conference shirt given to me by my best friend, Joe.
Oh,
So
nice,
Richard
nice.
Davis was just like this legend. He played at John Coltrane's funeral.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah.
has like
Oh, yeah.
played with Eric Dolphy. He played
Yeah.
with Sarah Vaughan. So many like legends. He was on a Bruce Springsteen album.
Yeah.
Stellar. Who's that guy? Van Morrison. Jim Morrison.
Van Morrison?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stellar something.
Yeah.
There's two different people. I'm telling
there's-
producers
yeah,
telling
yeah,
two different
yeah,
people.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
he played on a Morrissey. He played with Morrissey.
Okay, great.
He played with a bunch
great.
of people. He's like this legend who just decided to take a job in Madison.
Yeah.
So he was like the guy to go to. And he told me when I was a sophomore in high school, I went down to his class. He caught me whispering, asking for a pencil. And then he asked, am I a saxophone player? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, no, you're not. They wouldn't disrespect me like that. And then he went back to teach the rest of the lecture. And it's like, this is in front of 200 college students. And I was like, I felt so small.
And when he retired, did you play him out?
And I played him out. No, I
Yeah.
didn't go to that school.
Oh, well, you didn't.
I
Okay.
didn't go to Wisconsin. He's super nice though. But the adults kicking your ass into success
Yes.
is like
yeah.
a
It's so
necessity.
legit. And obviously, we have just like the way you were raised. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, oh, I guess I needed to.
I must strive to impress you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that like whiplash shit.
Yes. 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
What was your audition process as a high schooler, which is where we
To
started?
get into college.
Yeah, to get into college.
Well, there were so many that I just sent them all over the place. But I remember each one I had to play like 1 or 2 concertos, like one movement from a concerto, and then I also had to do scales. And I remember for UM, I had to play a couple different scales. One of them was a melodic minor scale. We learned 0 theory, by the way, in high school.
Really?
Yeah. So when melodic minor, I was like, what do you mean it's a different scale going up versus coming down? That does not, like, for the listeners, it's kind of crazy like that. So Mr. Eckfold, he had to record himself playing it. And I just by ear learned the scale. I had no idea that I was playing like flat 3 and then sharp 6, 7 coming down natural minor. No idea. I was like, well, that sounded like what he did. Got into the school, so I don't know.
Did you do like state ensemble?
I did, yeah. I did
and
like
all
all state, area all state, yeah.
What state?
New York.
Oh, you grew up in New York.
Heard of it? Yeah.
I live here.
It's
Yeah,
like a little state over.
You got into all state New York. That's good. There's a lot of players here.
And I totally beefed the seating audition. Was almost last chair, and but had a great time.
How were you almost last chair?
I think there was someone behind me.
Yeah. you're
So I wasn't
not last.
100% last chair, but area all state first chair. So.
Yeah, sure. Like a knocking out
big
conference.
Big fish? Yeah, very big fish. Small one.
Where else did you audition? Because New York to Miami, that's like that seems like a sideways move. Did you have a safety schools? You're also like, I don't want to go to Connecticut, but I'll go to Connecticut.
There was pretty much nothing that could get me to go to Connecticut. No shade on Connecticut, except a lot. Yeah, I'm white enough. I don't need to go to school in Connecticut. Where else did I apply? Yeah, I was like all over the country, I guess. Santa Barbara, Colorado. I almost went to CSU, Colorado State, because they have like a really good vet school. And I was like, I don't know. I was really. It's a long story.
So you were still riding the fence of, do I want to be a vet?
Yeah.
Or do I want to be a bassist?
I was like, I really like playing and I love playing in orchestras, but there's no way I can make a career out of this. It's way too scary. So I got to make sure I can apply to vet school. And then guess what? I'm doing neither right now. Kind of, yeah.
Well, so was Miami like your let's go here? Is that your let's go here school?
My grandpa went there for 1 year.
The one that changed his name.
Yes.
Okay.
So also
easy
small
in.
story. He had his middle initial is R, but he doesn't actually have a middle name. It's just his wife's name is Rosalind, so he's just like, yeah, it's for Rosalind, and we're like, okay.
Oh. Do you go to? I don't like that. I don't like that.
No.
No, yeah, please let him know.
Because I kind of love it, but all right. Yeah, I don't think I had any other top. Here's what happened. I visited Miami. I got a nice tan. I came back and I was like, oh, I like how my hands look, like a little tanner, and I feel like kind of tan. I'll probably go there.
Really?
Yeah. It was such a hard decision. My dad really wanted me to go there too because of, well, also scholarship, which was a obvious.
They offer you a music scholarship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how much does it cover?
Yeah, let's get into it. So,
yeah, sure.
my FAFSA, I don't remember, but it was like about half of all of my schooling. Yeah, which I was like, yeah, that's good. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been great if it was more.
So once you're there, so the thing I had so I went to school, I got a scholarship, but I got an offer, and then I had 3 weeks to decide pretty much because the deadline was May 1st, and they were like, I think throwing a Hail Mary because they probably figured like, whatever, this guy, we take this guy or we don't.
Yeah.
And so the weekend after I got the letter, I showed it to a friend, and she was like, you got to go here. I was like, I never heard of this school, and then she was like, but it's money. Like, it's money.
Yeah, I know.
So then I showed it to my mom, and she was like, well, I guess we better visit.
Yeah, I know. Wait, so they offered it to you before you visited?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. But you had to obviously apply.
No.
Oh, okay.
I had taken the plan test. Did you have the plan test?
No, what is that?
It's like a pre-PSAT. I think it's a thing that
Oh.
school districts
Oh,
use
wait,
to
I
get
think I do,
money
yes.
from schools that want to
Yes.
recruit like a good
think we
academic
did take
record and
that.
all that shit. So
Get into that. What were your grades?
it was like 3.8.
Okay, that's out of 10.
out of 10. Yeah,
Yeah.
3.8 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good. Had some AP classes and all that stuff.
Ooh,
This
which
is only-
APs did you
only
take? Let's
sophomore
get
year.
into it.
Fucking
Which
I
APs,
had,
baby?
I took AP Music Theory, failed the test. AP English,
good for you.
comp, AP Literature. I took AP History.
Oh, AP English, AP
comp
Lit. That was my
sci.
jam. I drew
So-
a unicorn on the last page.
Yeah.
Because that's what my sister did.
You're like,
I
I
got
guess
4.
I got it. I got it.
Yeah, I
like,
was
I
like,
nailed this
way.
fucking essay. Let me get out of here.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom,
She's
boom.
like, I drew a dragon. You should. I'm not even kidding.
The Gamiel name selves.
Yeah, I know.
shall live on.
That was my moment.
I felt seen.
Sad?
Did you pass your AP test?
Hell fucking yeah, baby. We got 4s on those English. But I will say I did very badly on bio, which is sad because our teacher, well, I don't want to say his name. Bryant, no, I'm kidding. He said he was a doctor, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't. He just talked about corpses. So I'm like, were you a morgue doctor?
He got to the first week of
Yeah.
med school and was
Right,
like,
exactly. You know, I kind of like when they're dead already.
I don't know. Fuck the saving.
I don't think I can fuck this up.
Yeah.
Sad. No, I won't tell that story. Oh, I was gonna. Yeah, no, it's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't go.
Corpses. All right,
Yeah.
we'll stay away from corpses.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of auditions, if we could turn our eyes to what
Oh
will
my
be
God,
a
you
fun
have
post conversation.
Mic drop. You have to.
So,
Oh no. Oh no.
so I'll put a nice square of this in. So, I ran.
Wait, let me fix this before this
Okay.
is all messing up your audio.
You could probably turn this.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So I ran a audition CD submission company, and I happen to have you as
a great story.
a company applicant number 31,000 or so, and so I do have your tapes. I have all of your tapes that you sent to University of Miami for pre-screen.
All of them. It makes it sound like I
think
sent
it's
a lot of.
four. It's four.
Four
It's
separate
four different.
tapes?
It's not
Oh,
different
they were
tapes.
like different.
Different tracks.
Oh, you have to tell that again, Dejen. That is like such a crazy story. Everyone needs to like.
Okay.
I submitted a video, and then later, and by you, I'm saying I'm now telling the story. Later, I meet this man, Dejen, and he and we
3
got,
months ago.
Yeah. It's long. We got. I don't even know how this came up. We started talking about music.
You talked about bass,
Yeah.
and you did a stand-up set.
Yeah.
And you started talking about playing bass before, like at a coffee shop, and you were interrupting people, and so I asked more about bass.
Okay. Yeah.
You talked.
yeah.
You said I used to play jazz bass
Right,
at a coffee
right,
shop,
right.
and then I just asked more about. Oh, did you apply to music school? I
Yeah.
went to a music school.
Yeah.
Which music school? University of Miami. Oh,
Yeah.
do you remember the admissions person? Frost. It's Frost.
Yeah,
Frost
yeah,
is
yeah.
the name of the school, right?
Yeah, Frost, but
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it.
Okay. Well, this would be some editing.
So yeah, and then Dejan's like, I probably have your audition video. And I'm like, sir? He's like, I'm gonna go home and check. And I'm like, yeah, right.
I said, don't be weirded out.
Oh
about
yeah.
this.
Which
It is a little weird.
I mean and then I asked Dejan, how much storage do you have that you're still holding on to 31,000 plus videos of strangers playing?
It's about 2 terabytes worth.
What made you start that company?
I had a business major and music major, and so for your
Mm-hmm.
capstone project in music or in business, you design a company.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my third one I designed, and it's just like supposed to prepare you to start a company by the time you graduate. And I finished in 2008, and YouTube had just sold for $1.65 billion.
That was
from
my idea, by the
YouTube.
way.
That was your idea?
Yeah.
Great.
Sent me to
Sent you
half of my music
Yeah,
school.
it pays for half.
Yeah,
half
it
of your
just
scholarship.
barely covered
Just
half
barely
of my
squeaked over that
University of Miami
UM
tuition.
party tuition. So so I graduated, and then it was time to like either start the company or I'd gotten into grad school for saxophone at NEC and
Nice.
Colorado. I looked at
Nice.
University of Colorado Springs.
NEC is really good. Yeah, sure.
NEC was really really nice. It was
UC
just super
Boulder,
expensive.
whatever.
UC Boulder, that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, Boulder.
I know. It really, yeah.
Then also UCLA, which I only applied to stupidly because they had this like fun commercial music program, like to play in Hollywood Bowl orchestras
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
this stuff. But the my initial interest in UCLA was they played against the Badgers in the Rose Bowl in like the early 90s, and I loved their colors. So it's
Look
been
at
on
us.
my radar.
We're two
ever
shallow
since.
people, and this is fine. We
My
choose
hands
schools
look
based on
so
color and tanness.
Oh my gosh.
I did almost transfer to Johns Hopkins to Peabody.
Yeah, that would be the
Yeah.
Wait, School of Music, Peabody School of Music.
Yeah, Peabody, yeah, Conservatory, actually Conservatory. Like after
yeah.
two, because UM was very focused. We had an amazing jazz school. It's so good.
Yeah.
Jazz school is amazing at UM. Like you have to go. And I loved my bass teacher, and we had an incredible conductor who recently passed away from ALS, who was like one of the most influential people in my music career. Like what do I do now? But I played.
Believe
last
in
night.
it. Believe in it.
Believe. And anyway, but yeah, almost transferred, but then.
Why didn't you what did you audition and stuff?
I did audition. Yeah, I got like accepted, and it was like some of my credits weren't gonna transfer, and then, I was like, is the grass really greener on the other side? I wanted to go somewhere really serious about classical music, because they were really pushing us towards like, okay, time for like improv. I was like, I want to have I want to do excerpts. I want to be preparing for orchestra auditions. I don't want to be like, I love jazz, but like. I don't have the time to be, I need to be like really drilling orchestra stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to go somewhere more serious about
because
this.
then there are the tiers of orchestras.
Exactly.
Of like third tier. Do you have the chops to go for a top 5?
Yeah. Which would be amazing. Which I thought.
No, I'm asking. Do you have a chop?
Do I?
Right.
Let's fucking go. Let's do an audition right now.
Okay, I got that.
If I had practiced like, consistently for like probably 3 more years after college, I think I could definitely have made a career of it. But it would have started like really slow and taken a while, and I would have had to move many times to different states for different auditions. And then I was like, I've played with the Park Ave Chamber Symphony in New York, which is like an audition-based symphony. It's really nice, actually. And I kind of get my kicks in another life. 100% would love to be in an orchestra. But I like to talk. I also like to talk, and you have to sit very still.
As the conductor introduces the next piece and gives a smile, and the audience
I don't get to move. You just have to be very
ready for that.
Okay, we're doing some Rite of Spring right here.
Yes.
That's so weird. I was just thinking of Rite of Spring.
Yeah.
Okay, we're really getting
the
way
rhythm.
too nerded out.
No, this is forget the regular people. This is for oh yo.
That bass clarinet going wild. Okay, yeah.
I just had your
Anyone?
thing.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way,
Uh-huh.
if you are playing bass in Rite of Spring, you need so many earplugs because you're right next to the timpani. And at the end, it's just like you are so deaf. Like literally, I was right next to the timpani. They're like, bum, 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 and you're like, oh my god.
You should have been better, because then you wouldn't have been last chair bass. You would have been.
I was okay with. We rotated in college.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
Okay,
Did you ever rotate to first?
Yes, bitch, a lot. From Mahler 5, motherfucker.
Okay.
But no, I was actually very, very obsessed with being first all the time, and kept bothering my teacher.
Yeah.
Well, I was just anyway.
Do you still talk to anyone from your? So the cool thing about music school, and this is something that I didn't get in any other classes or majors, is you have this cohort.
Depression.
No, business should give you depression. Major
It's so
depression.
true. Like the
Anything.
small connection of people.
Yeah, because you're with the same people who came in your class for 4 years.
Yes. Yeah.
So do you still talk to the other people who are the other bass people? Yeah.
Bass people, kind of. One of them's in Australia. One of them actually runs his own producing company. One of them is back in Taiwan, I think. Yeah, so bass is different because we were a mix of undergrad and grad students. So some of them would come and go, but in the orchestra in general, still have people that I'm really close with. My friend who plays tuba, we just saw each other over the summer. He's moving to New York.
Hey.
Yeah, no sax players. There was a guy who played sax who I met Esperanza Spalding.
Oh, nice.
Through him actually. And
she was the girl I wanted to marry when I was in college. Right when I
did that go?
graduated. It didn't work, but I found another amazing woman.
Oh well.
I'm teaching her the bass, and she wears her hair out, a bunch of stuff.
There you go.
But
Okay. A little concerning.
a little concerning. Hey, so Esperanza, if you are listening.
Yeah.
Anyway, where we were.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm just going to cut all of that.
We're gonna.
Please keep the Rite of Spring stuff. That's all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Rite of Spring stuff's great.
Yeah.
So this is. I pulled this from
I really am not
1.5
happy with this.
terabyte drive that I have of all the auditions, like 31,000 persons auditions.
Can you get the melodic minor scale on there so we can see if I
don't know.
actually did it
I don't
right?
know. It's on the hard drive. I only pulled the Beethoven.
Beethoven. Oh, right. By the way, can I just say this is me in high school before college.
Is this you in high school?
I still stood while playing
Uh-huh.
with my hip popped out. So this is not good.
So you're already commenting on the form of your bass playing.
But look at her.
Let me see if I can pump.
Look at the vibrato. You better start that over because that was a great beginning. You can't just miss out on that. My God.
What else would you change about this?
My parents getting divorced. No, I'm proud of myself. I had a big thing where I like cocked my wrists like that for a while, and I had to learn to relax that. You know, little tensions all over.
What advice would you give this
Also,
young
I
bass
played
player?
very high up on the fingerboard a lot, and my teachers always yelled at me to play lower. Like my bow was too high up.
Oh.
So I played too quiet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you're lower towards
Yes. Bridge.
the bridge, there's more resonance.
Exactly. But it also can be scratchier. So I liked it was smoother up. Yeah. Inside baseball, if you will.
Inside baseball.
I did not
You did it.
go.
Let's go. So what was there like
Careful.
did you do juries? You do juries every semester?
Oh, boy, yes. Wow, I haven't heard that word in so long. Yeah.
So for the listeners, juries are insane. They're just
Yeah.
they're like a final exam for music where you have to play every semester. We either did a concert or you had to like your play a concerto with the piano and the whole thing, or you have to just play what you're working on.
Yeah.
And then if you mess up 2 semesters in a row, you're out of the music program.
Yeah.
So it's like this constant
Yeah.
pressure every last like 3 weeks of the year when they book juries, and you're doing finals.
And you're sometimes doing a recital.
Oh yeah.
And that was always happening to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh, you're playing in string form today. And then we have a concert tomorrow. And then you have your jury. And then you have your recital. And then you have that Orgo final. You've been like, so I was just like, my hair is falling out.
Then you have to take apart a horse corpse right after that.
That I look forward to.
Yeah, that you're excited about. It's a weird thing because you're like, I had this brief side story. I was the tuba instructor at my college. Also ran the Minnesota Coast Guard band.
Oh, nice.
So when I played like whatever classical sax stuff I was working on, then I played one jazz
you were
song.
classical sax?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
So I was playing like Ibert, a lot of modern composers, Ibert, a lot of French stuff.
Nice.
Concertino da Camera and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. It's fun. Super fun. But then I played the jazz excerpt, and this guy was like, "Hey man, this is great. Yeah, I'm I won't say his name. I'm Trevor. Let's call him. His name starts with a T. Anyway, he was like, "Hey, I won the Minnesota Coast Guard band. We're looking for saxophone players." I was like, "Oh, that's neat." And then he started running down the list of all the benefits. And he was like, "Yeah, we'll give you a new saxophone you can use for gigs. You play soprano. We'll get you a soprano. You play in these small combos, and you get paid for gigs. You do 6 weeks of basic training, and we have a great saxophone section, and you'll be on call for the military. But that's whatever."
Yeah,
and then you did. I was like, "Hold on a second, dude. Hold on a second, dude. I'm 19, and you're offering me a gig, but you're not. You don't have like the Go Army shirt on, like the
it's
guys
very
outside
subtle.
the mall." I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What are you doing?"
By the way, lots of people in my school ended up doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, military. Yeah.
The coast, it's like
military band
it's how
and-
you can keep playing.
Yeah, right. Well, it's like it's a job in music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine maybe there are other reasons, but
Probably. You can retire at 40.
right. I'm like, that was never really an option for a classical. You're not marching down the field like, I heard you needed a 70-pound wooden instrument to walk across.
You have a wheel, like
Yes,
what
I
else
do
is-
have a wheel.
You have a
but
wheel.
it's like, it's much more of a flutist game.
Playing in the military band.
Yeah, they're not flying me overseas, taking up 2
yeah.
seats. with
Also,
my bass.
also in the army, it's just the drummer and the fife guy. It's not a whole orchestra
exactly.
behind.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
When do you think they were like, we kind of need like a third in there?
Yeah, let's make this a trio. Can we get the guy in with the 4 tom toms?
Yeah, I'm missing some harmonics. Before we open fire, I just want to feel the breath of this music.
Jump, 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 jump,
Yeah,
jump,
yeah,
jump,
yeah,
jump,
yeah.
jump, 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 jump,
Let's
jump.
play some Rite of Spring.
You pull that shit across.
Yeah.
It's crazy that my private lessons teacher in high school like got as far as he could, and then there was like this huge gap between him being like a master's student saxophone and then something, and then there's like Richard Davis level famous in music.
Yeah.
So for me in Madison, Wisconsin, I was like, what's like age 25 to 65 look like?
Exactly.
And this is this Richard Davis's retirement job. So I guess the military is a good avenue to keep playing.
It's
and
so true.
Got time to practice and stuff.
People would just stay in school too. I had friends who would go undergrad, grad, what was it called? Artist diploma. Undergrad, master's, doctorate, artist diploma. That's not the right order for the artist diploma. Then join the faculty. Now they've been at UM for like 12 years. And I'm like, I would lose my mind.
It's a gig. I mean,
Yeah,
You
it's not
shrug
a
your
gig
shoulders.
for quite some time though. You're paying money for a long time.
but I'm trying to get on the other side of this
I
thing.
know, but
I'm
it's
trying to
like,
get on the other.
yeah, I got on the other side a lot
end of
sooner
this.
doing something else, but no. Yeah, it's wild. My grandpa was a conductor, by the way. I have to
one
call
that came
out.
here?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was a conductor here. He ran actually a school called Music Outreach, which brought music to inner city children. And he had members of the New York Phil and ballet, everything, put on these concerts, like really nice concerts for like hundreds. It ran for like 30 years in New York City. And then they lost their funding because America. And they were doing that for a long time.
Would you watch him conduct and stuff?
Yeah, there are like photos of him conducting, and he also used to play bass and trombone. But he grew up in the tenements in the Lower East Side. And it's just crazy.
So rich.
Oh,
Filthy
hello, rich. Filthy rich. 10 to a bedroom, baby.
And a baby.
And all the babies. So I think that's kind of cool. Not the tenement part, but everything else.
Did it pass through any of your parents prior to divorce? Did they play as well?
Prior to the divorce, yeah. Once they divorced, I lost all inheritance from them. I lost their
all
traits.
talents.
Yeah, I don't look like them anymore. Once they divorced, my mom played piano. My dad plays drums. He's learning electric bass. He's like actually really good. Yeah, lots of music. No one plays sax though.
I've been meaning to ask you this question.
Are we related?
Are we related?
Is that what you're
Yes. Have you done a 23andMe?
No.
Anything else? I think I do. Okay, so let's. I think my.
Did I like blow myself out? Yeah,
check.
I feel like I feel like check.
And how am I?
Am I here? You sound good.
Yeah, we're okay.
Am I here? Okay, cool.
I think we're here. Check. All right, we're here.
All right, good.
Did you ever have like? Are there any epic party stories or not party stories because you were practicing 5 hours a day?
All the parties I went to were like the music school, or like I'd sometimes go to frat parties, and I'll tell you this. I will tell you this story. Okay, so I went to a music party once, and there was this guy there, and he was Israeli, and he was like, "Oh, you're Israeli too," and I was like, "Yeah." This is a great accent. And he was like, "Is your mom Jewish?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Then we cannot be married." And he walked away. And the reason I tell you that story is because he was on the Improv comedy team. And I later saw him at school, and he was like, "You come to my show." And I was like, "No." You like walked away from a conversation with me because my mom's not Jewish. And everyone was like, "You should go." And I was like, "No." I got another chance. A bassist in my section was the coach for the Improv team, which is so random, right? And I think I just went out a little bit. Maybe?
Something just happened.
Something just happened.
That might be in our headphones.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, that
Fuck
sounds
yeah,
much better.
We're back. Okay. I think it's just the headphone output.
Okay, got it. And finally I was like, you know what? Let me audition for this team. Like, maybe I'll like this improv thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was because there was a cute guy on it when I really tried to remember. Anyway, ended up obviously liking it. Thankfully, that guy wasn't on it anymore.
The Israeli guy.
Yeah. And
Got some Palestinians involved. Though.
yeah. I don't know what I am. Technically it was Palestine's time, but now it's Israel. Who knows? So yeah, that's the story. That's the story.
That's how you got into
That's
improv.
how I got into comedy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, literally. And when I was in Miami, we watched videos of the UCB team. Fuck that shit.
Huh.
And I was like, whoa, that is so cool. I want to go to New York after I graduate. So if it weren't for music and going to a music school, I don't think I would have discovered improv comedy.
Huh.
And then when I came here, I was like, I got to see Fuck That Shit. I got to go to UCB.
Uh-huh.
And I was working at an animal hospital, like trying to figure out, do I really want to do this thing? Which I didn't. It's stressful as hell. And yeah, so it's all connected, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You don't think you would have discovered improv before outside of music school? You've never been on the internet or YouTube
I've never been on the
and
internet.
said, hey,
Or
I wonder
YouTube.
what this link is.
So my family was very much like, have a stable career. Acting is not a career. Like, I remember we had a neighbor who was sword fighting one day in his backyard, and their son, and my dad was like, oh, what a shame. I was
Could
like,
have been a good husband.
message accepted. This is a shameful career. I guess I won't. And now I'm like, I have a character that has a dick on its head, and he comes to my shows, and he's very supportive. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you see him after the show? Do you see him? How many times does
He
he
does
turn to
hide
his
and
other
pretend.
daughter?
Yeah.
Let's just say it. What a shame.
Well, we don't look alike anymore, thankfully.
Okay,
since they
yeah,
got
since the
divorced.
separation,
So
great.
yeah. Yeah. No, he's very supportive, and it's just so funny. Yeah. I haven't talked to him about that sword fighting story.
Yeah,
I
that's
should,
a good story.
I
though.
should bring that back to him. Yeah.
Or just
For
do-
some reason, that stuck with me like
Yeah.
so hard.
I think my dad begrudgingly drove me to jam sessions. I think it's an immigrant,
I love
like a
that.
descendant of immigrants thing.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, I think you're right.
they careers that don't
Yes.
exist
Yeah.
there exist here. But
Yes.
They don't get it.
Exactly.
So he would like drive. He loved watching me play jazz, but then hated how much fun I was having hanging out like around these college students
Yeah.
who also play.
So you can do it, but you cannot be having fun.
Yeah, you can do it. It's
That-
like the sign of
right.
joy in music is like, no, that's not a career.
Work shouldn't be fun.
Yeah, you
There's
need to
no
be
way.
working.
Yeah. It's so,
Working it.
I think you're so right, because like my grandpa, same thing, wanted to be a musician,
Mm-hmm.
but he had to become an engineer to support his family, and like totally gave up music until finally later in life he was conducting when he was like basically retired. And same thing with my dad, like loves sculpting, loves music, but has worked like his ass off to support us. And now here I am like, yeah, I think I'm going to like spend a lot of money to go to Scotland for the summer and do a show. And he's like, oh, well, okay, I guess if you really want to.
I guess I worked hard enough for you to
yeah,
do
exactly. Yeah. And it's like, God, only 2 generations ago, we were on a freaking boat. Like, what am I doing? I hope this is right.
that. Yeah, it's right. Well, awesome. Any closing thought? What do you say for young bassists who want to
Oh, yeah.
come up and who are probably going through the audition process or decision making right now?
You know, one day at a time. One day at a time. If you put your head down and crush it every day, practice. Don't judge yourself. Just do it. One day, you will be a comedian.
Great. Great.
So,
Great. That brings us to the next part of the show. We're not there yet. So this part of the show is called Not My Story.
oh, great.
Great. Let me see if I can do a fun effect on this.
Hell yeah.
Not my.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit, I'm sorry. Fuck me. Not. Check. Oh my God. Hot mic. I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
No, I
I'm
love that.
so
I love the
sorry.
robot.
I'm so sorry. All right. How's this? All right.
Not my story.
All right. What an intro. So I got a couple stories from other people who have not appeared on the podcast that are interesting, and I'll give you an option of which one you want to read.
Great.
Okay. So story number 1, we got a Netflix and chill story,
Love that.
or 3 guys in one day story,
Okay.
or
Many ways that could be interpreted, but okay.
Or satin sheets.
Satin sheets. 3 guys in one day. Let's do Netflix and chill.
Netflix and chill. Okay. We'll go ahead and have you read this story submitted by one of our listeners. Just go ahead and read it. Yeah, just go ahead and read the story. Not my story.
When I was in college, this guy, or the guy I had a big crush on back then, but I didn't know, Netflix and chill wasn't like a thing.
Back then, it was DVD and dick.
DVD and dick. I didn't know that's what Netflix and chill meant. So when someone would literally text me, do you want to watch a movie? I'm thinking we're actually watching a movie. That was so naive. Over and over and over, they try to have sex with me. Have with a capital H. But it still didn't register to me. Like every time someone asked me to watch a movie with me, that they're trying to get my pants or in my pants. I just had like no idea that these were just like friends who wanted to hang out. I just had no idea. Anyway, whatever. So I was at his apartment and I just saw the word ejaculate on this page. I get in bed with him and maybe like 5 seconds pass and he like ejaculates.
Read it out loud. Come on, read it.
Sorry, like I didn't even do anything. Maybe my hip brushed against his cheek.
This can't happen. I don't believe it.
I know. I was like, maybe it's a fluke. Maybe it's a weird thing.
Did he make a noise?
I knew. I think he felt embarrassed. He was a little withdrawn. I knew it happened. Sorry. So let's pretend I read into it too much and it didn't happen. A year later, someone's talking about the guy. She was at a dance party, and she was dancing up on him from behind. And he scat after just a couple seconds. So I was like, oh my God, that's crazy, because one time I went over to his house to watch Netflix movies and he scat too. He's like 1, 2, 3 skeet. I know it's so bad, but that's what we called him behind his back. I know it's so bad, but you can't be skeeting on people. You can't be dancing up on people if you know you have a skeet issue. You got to hold that in. Ejaculate before you leave the house. Who is this person? I need to be friends with them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like she knew and I knew that she knew because we watched the movie. Well, we didn't even get through the movie. And the worst part is his dorm is here. My dorm is literally right here. So I'm just walking back across the hall disappointed. Now I know where you live every day. I go to pass that door and remember 1, 2, 3 Skeet lives there. Incredible story.
Yeah.
Beautiful story.
Beautiful story. I'll tell you who it is after this.
You have to.
Yeah, you don't know her, but she's a good friend.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Good story, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big explosion.
Oh, it's like it is sad, I have to say. I do feel for guys because like, no one knows when a person with a clitoris and vagina is doing things, you can't tell if I'm turned on, which I really am right now.
The story
so I do feel for guys. It's like it's a constant like. I don't feel for guys. You guys are fine.
I think we're fine, but you can't
that turned
be
off, just so you know too.
Oh, thank you. That's our 2-shot. 1, 2, 3 Skeet. It's a legend of 1, 2, 3 Skeet.
Yeah, is that your sax name?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Squeak 1, 2, 3 Squeebada Skeet. That's
oh
what
yeah. Scat.
Skeet. That's it. All right. Well, that brings us to the last part of the show.
Yeah.
Before we introduce our guest.
I can't wait.
This is what we call shattering the ice. So these are questions we're going to ask each other about the careers, the illustrious things we have done for each other and for the good of the world. So a lot of people don't know the tradition of upright bass has been riddled with toxic masculinity. Do you ever wish you played an instrument that's more feminine and attractive, like the flute or maybe the Easy Bake Oven?
Always.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Specifically the Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah.
In C minor.
In C minor. Okay, great. Melodic?
Natural.
Can you sing?
Yeah.
Okay, can you sing a Easy Bake Oven melodic minor song, please?
Yes. Oh, melodic?
Natural.
Yeah.
Go ahead, natural.
Okay. Well,
You're the expert.
This is the easy. I'm gonna do melodic because that's what we're talking about. This is the Easy Bake. Now it's a major scale, but now it's a minor scale. I fucking fooled you.
Okay. All right. Well.
Did I do that right? I'm not sure.
That sounded right.
Okay, great.
It sounded right.
Yeah, I think it'd be really child appropriate.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
You have one for me?
yeah, I guess I. So listeners may notice that you play a loud instrument and also you're very into podcasting. Would you say you've always been interested in one-sided conversations?
I would say so, more so than one-sided listening, although we'll do a little bit of both. I think as a man, really one-sided conversation is probably the jumping off point, but I consider myself a feminist because my mother, it did raise me to be a feminist, even though I have a younger sister. She got the kind of fall up. I'm the third brother of the three, so being 3 out of 4 is pretty interesting. I know you have a sibling. I'm not done. I know you have a sibling.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
You're listening, all ears?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all you.
Because most women are not. All ears. They're fully.
I'm waiting to speak till you've given me permission.
Thank you. That's all I think for me.
Okay. Oh, applause.
So you are an actress with brown hair. How hard is it to audition as the ugly friend?
It's easier than you think. I just don't put on makeup that day. And my agent did tell me I'm not the flavor of the month. She says it multiple times a day when I talk to her. So it's really...
Your agent doubles as your therapist, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, hey, she knows me. She's seen my photos. That's all you need. To answer your question, yes.
Okay, great.
It seems you ran a pretty successful software company. Name a few other ways you've been able to secure footage of teenage girls.
Well, I also worked in a middle school.
You had that ready.
Where I joined TikTok way too late. I don't make any videos. I just like to scroll on there once in a while. And then I also brought a camcorder to my 8th grade graduation. And it
to your 8th graders graduation?
No,
or
when
to
I
your...
was in 8th grade, I brought a full camcorder to
Did
graduation.
anything good?
Oh, it's mostly good. Yeah,
Some
just
bumping and grinding
focused
in there?
yeah, it's a lot of R. Kelly songs, which I still play at full blast.
Oh, I know.
That man can do no wrong. Okay, so most orchestras have lozenges so audience coughs don't interrupt the symphony. Why not instead give them Ubers home so they can cough all they want and not miss the fun?
100% support this. If you're going to come...
Or 1, 2, 3 skeet.
You better wait for a pause. And if you do it during a nice pregnant pause... Actually, don't wait for a pause. You wait for applause at the very end. Or leave. If you have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, do not go. I'm sorry. I love you and I want you to be healthy. But don't go see Debussy with a quiet musician. Yeah. If you need an oxygen tank, watch a video. Maybe this is really mean, but when you're playing or when you pay $200 and the person next to you is like crinkling their lozenge and they're like, do you have another one? Another lozenge. I'm like, oh my God. So I actually think I like it. I like the coughs.
Okay, you like the coughs. I'll take the coughs.
Did you hear there's actually a story about a conductor that's happened like 2 years ago who threw a lozenge at someone in the audience?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I saw...
I think it was me.
You think it was you? The conductor? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Conductor character?
Yeah. Next.
I believe it's... Oh, is it... No, I did a cough. I did the cough.
Oh, wait. Yeah, next. I was queuing myself up.
Next. Thank you.
You obviously have a passion for quality sound production. Tell us more about the decision to record this in your apartment.
Well, there's a lot of politics
You did a great
involved.
job.
I don't want to... And it taking an hour and a half to set up before we started. Eat your fucking tacos, okay? Eat the free tacos that I gave you.
I went really hard on these
That's
for
great.
no reason.
A lot of
but I
hip hop.
kinda love
A
them.
lot of hip hop uses orchestral samples. Can you reiterate how you feel about black people appropriating classical music?
Reiterate.
Reiterate.
Yeah, if you read in my manifesto, I've covered this in detail. I refuse to reiterate. Oh boy. I can. I answered your question. I can.
Okay, you can. Great.
I physically can. I've seen a few of your characters where you undress in front of an audience. What else isn't going well in your marriage?
The only place I can get naked is, in fact, in public spaces. 'Cause in
Captive
here,
audience.
I don't know if you've seen, but since you two entered my house, my wife wants nothing
Oh,
to do with me. This
She's
is
been
like
on a call.
this is the nail in the coffin for my marriage,
Yeah.
which only started last June.
And a nail in the coffin, is that what you call sex?
That is what I call sex. It's that whole. I don't know if you saw the Undertaker posters on the way to my bedroom, but that just sets a mood.
Yeah.
There's no Halloween decorations. This is just my life.
Yeah. And is it a 2-inch nail?
At the moment, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Rock hard. Rock hard.
Well,
rock
it should
hard.
be metal hard.
Rock.
But yeah. Next.
Well, that's it. The other two aren't that good. So that's I already covered those bases.
The camera's off.
The camera's on. That one's on. Okay, well, that's going to do it. We're going to go. We'll be right back with our special guest right after this. Shit, put it away. Yo, back in college.
How people think they're having affairs.
All right, and we are back with Lauren, our bassist from
New York.
New York.
Ooh,
New York and University of Miami. All right, we peeked down there. And we would like to welcome our special guest to the podcast, a bridesmaid practicing her wedding speech. One more round of applause. Welcome. Hey.
Hi. Well, actually, I'm not just a bridesmaid. I'm the maid of honor.
The maid of honor. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm literally so excited to be here. Like, I think podcasts are so good. Like, I listen to them like a lot. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
A lot of podcasts?
Yeah.
What are your favorite podcasts?
I like one that there's this one girl that like talks about like lifestyle.
Okay.
And
Lifestyle
yeah,
podcast?
I think I know.
There's a bunch of those.
Yeah, I know that.
You looked a
yeah.
little scared when you said that. We like a little deer in headlights for a second.
Well, she got canceled last year. So I
Her
like
lifestyle?
yeah.
Was she a bass player?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. But she like talks about like makeup and like lifestyle and just stuff. And like I like really like her like perspectives.
Okay. Great.
yeah.
Well, you're here clearly to practice a wedding speech, but you've been working on it. It's the talk of the town.
Okay. So
And so can you tell us a little bit? Well, what's your name, first of all?
my name is Allie.
Allie.
Yeah.
How do you spell that, Allie?
ALI.
A-L-I.
Yeah.
Okay. Like Ali. Like Muhammad Ali.
Did you put a heart on that eye just for my knowledge?
Oh, I always did for so long. And then I had a college professor that said I should stop if I want to get jobs post-college.
What was your major in college?
Communications.
Communications?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're excellent at it. And I think your sister's going to be.
Thank
What's your
you.
sister's name?
Amanda.
Amanda.
Yeah.
She didn't think about that.
Yeah.
She didn't think about that for a moment.
Yeah. Do you have multiple sisters?
No.
No. Okay. You still got
Just
the maid,
one.
Still got the maid of honor
We're
role.
really close though.
Really close?
Yeah.
What do you and your sister like to do? Please don't laugh at my guess. She's just take some time to think.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, I have to think. You guys are. By the way, like
So rude of
you guys are. I was like literally laughing out loud at you guys earlier.
Oh, thank you.
You're so funny.
I did hear her.
Yeah, we're comedians. We like to riff and talk to each other and
I could
communicate.
never do that.
You totally could. You totally could.
No,
Allie with a
I
heart.
mean, I think I could, but a lot of people tell me I couldn't.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
well,
that's
there's
mean.
a simple improv game we could play called 5 Things. Right? You know,
yeah,
5
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll teach you a little improv game you can play. 5 things. Really
Oh my
simple.
gosh,
So
I'm
all we
so
do
excited.
is let's say Lauren gives me a topic.
Okay.
Then I name 5 things in that topic. Right? So you
Okay.
just give me any topic.
Parties.
Okay, parties. 5 things you'd find at a party: drinks, people, music, confetti, and a blue
Guns.
cake. And
Blue cake.
yeah, blue
Oh
cake.
my
Then you say
God.
5 things. So
Wow.
Okay.
let's do one.
What kind of
let's do-
party was that? Just so I know.
That was a gender reveal party.
Oh my
It's-
God.
congratulations.
My cousin
Human.
had
It's
one of
a
those.
boy.
Is it an avatar?
No, it's not an avatar.
Well-
It's just
It's an avatar. The baby was an
No,
avatar.
like blue like boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't
You're
know.
welcome. My
Allie.
cousin had a gender reveal party that I went to, and like they accidentally like
Set fire?
their deck was decimated, but they then got to set up a whole new deck. Like they had like one of those like close-in like decks. Now it's like really gorgeous, so it ended up working out okay.
What color was the baby?
What color was the cake?
What color was the cake?
No. What color was
No,
the
what color
baby?
was the baby? I'm more interested
We
in that.
need to know.
It was white. All my family members are white.
Sounds like Allie and Amanda. You have a mom? Mom's white as well?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I knew it.
Her,
A lot of thinking. This is your family.
well, we just call her mom.
Okay.
But her name is Bridget.
Her name is Bridget. Okay.
That is pretty
Ace and the Bees. Okay. So let's continue on this 5 things. All right. Super
Okay.
simple improv game. So
Okay,
let's
I'm
say
so nervous.
it's okay. It's all right. We'll get it. So how about 5 things you'd find at a park?
At what?
A park.
Oh, okay. 5 things you would. So I have to name 5 things you would find at
yeah.
the park.
Yeah. Simple. It's just a simple game.
Oh, like a specific one? Park?
Central Park. Sure.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. Okay, Central Park. Like pavement.
Pavement.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that you
Yeah.
that you jog on.
Okay.
Like like a horse.
Okay. Cops on horses.
really good.
Horseback
That's really good.
rides.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah. Normally in
Sorry,
improv, we
I'm
just
so
rifle these off.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
can take all the time you
I'm
need.
sorry.
Consider this like the warm up to your speech.
It's like stressful. Yeah.
Super
okay.
stressful.
Okay. And so it's like things in a park.
Yeah.
And there's more than that. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's actually
we got-
almost it.
We got
There's not much more.
pavement and horses.
When I don't go to a park, that's literally all I see.
It's
One time I went and like to Central Park and I got this iced latte and like it was like no, like I asked for light ice and then they just like they gave me like way too much ice and it was so annoying.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
so annoying customers.
Like too little,
yeah.
too much ice.
Too much ice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Too much ice.
Too much ice.
Okay. And that's it? Or how many more?
One more.
Oh, okay. A deer.
A deer. Okay. 5 things. Okay. Okay. Allie.
Oh my God,
Allie,
that was
that's
so
it.
fun, you guys.
So fun.
If you
That
were
was so
if you
fun.
were on a stage, the crowd would be roaring right
Roaring.
Stop.
now. Roaring.
Stop.
Roaring.
God.
Roaring.
Okay,
Roaring.
Do people usually clap and applaud and like roar after your bridesmaid speeches?
Well, I have participated in a speech before, like my cousin who had the gender reveal party.
Uh-huh.
Like she had me like do like she had me do this like funny thing where like I had to like say a couple lines in her speech for my cousin, her sister.
Guest appearance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guest
Nice,
dropping.
nice.
Great.
Love that.
And
Walk
it
on,
wa-
we call
it
that in
was,
improv.
It mostly went so good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
What was the bad part?
Oh, well, I had forgotten what I was supposed to even do, so I had to like ask her. I had to like go up and just be like, okay, just tell me one more time, like what I'm supposed to say. And so she had to tell me, and like she seemed so mad about that, and she did tell me afterwards that she was so mad about that because like we had practiced it so much. Yeah. And the lines were. Do you guys want to know what the lines
Sure.
were?
Yeah,
Sure.
please.
Well, it was inside of the song YMCA, but it was like, but we had changed the
got you with the face. Oh, so it's a parody.
lines.
A parody song.
Yes.
Jump, jump, jump. It's fun to stay at the.
And then so my cousin's name is Macy. So
Okay.
we just did
Like the store?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What is it?
MACY.
That was it.
Okay.
How did I know that?
So I had to jump in and like do that chorus
Did you
part.
forget her name? Is that the thing? Because you forget names. It seems like.
Well, I like couldn't remember like this, like how the spelling went. So I try to like.
You know,
make sure.
Macy and YMCA are the same spelling but flipped.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Okay, I do improv.
It's
That's fine.
well, okay.
Wow.
Same letters, but yeah, it's fine.
Same
But
letters.
Yeah,
Yeah, not, it's not
jumbled, like
not
a jumble.
Not a jumble.
Wow,
Oh
it's
my god, that's
man,
so cool.
It's almost like that's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah, I do a lot of wordles. So
Allie.
Allie with an I. So can you practice your speech? Can you show us what you're gonna be dishing
You guys
out
do want to hear it?
this summer? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Wedding's
Yeah.
right
I'm
around the corner,
really
right?
excited. I think it's really good. I've been working on it for like a really long time.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so picture this. This is at my it hasn't started yet.
Okay.
Picture this. It's at my big sister Amanda's wedding.
Okay.
Which is taking place on June 30th, 2023.
Okay. 4th of July weekend.
That's pretty soon.
That's pretty soon.
Is that 4th of July weekend?
It kind of June 30th. People, yeah.
It's
take
closed.
It's
it was
5.
the only thing that was
Yeah.
open.
take a couple of days off. Yeah. I could if there's a music playback, I could take that.
A music playback.
Are you
She's reading her
Oh,
script.
you're reading it. Okay, I'm
My
sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to read it. But I'm going to read it on the day as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
She doesn't remember names, so probably.
So you're probably gonna have a speech locked and loaded.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Wow. Dad. That's going to be hard to top. Well, that's because like my dad is like going to be saying his speech first.
Okay.
Thank you,
cool.
thank you.
The
Thank you
giveaway.
for that
Yeah.
context.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to start from the top or do you
Yeah,
want me
yeah,
to
yeah,
go through
yeah.
the
Let's
definitely,
get
yeah,
the whole
definitely.
thing in
Okay.
a row.
Wow.
What's your dad's name?
Uh-oh.
Mark.
Mark. Okay.
Wow. Dad. That's going to be hard to top. Good thing I took that public speaking course last year at Ohio State. Thanks for that, by the way. My dad paid for it.
Was that an elective, by the way, or
yeah.
are you still in undergrad?
Yeah, it was a elective, but but it was my dad made me take it, so it was like not elective for me, but it like for the university, like it was
Got
an
it.
elective,
Okay.
like technically.
Continue.
You're gonna start
okay.
over, right? Because
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
I'll
I should
start.
probably start over.
You really want me to?
we want to hear the
Every
whole
time
thing.
you interrupt,
Okay,
I think
okay.
you should definitely.
Wow, Dad, that's going to be hard to top. A good thing I took that public speaking course at Michigan. Oh,
Ah,
last
sorry,
year
I thought it was Ohio. Was it
Yeah,
Ohio State,
yeah.
or Michigan State?
I did 2
probably-
years at Michigan State, then transferred to Ohio State.
Okay.
At Ohio State. Wow, Dad, that's going to be hard to top. Good thing I took that public speaking course last year at Ohio State. Thanks for that, by the way. Good evening, everyone. Let me start by saying, wow. Amanda, you look absolutely stunning. No surprises there. It runs in the family.
Huh?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
And Kyle. Can I just say that's my future brother-in-law?
Sure.
Okay.
We inferred. I think we.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess you look, and Kyle, I guess you look okay too.
You got his name right though. We were locked and loaded with that.
It was written down.
Do we like Kyle?
We like Kyle. I think we
Okay.
like Kyle.
It seems like we maybe don't like Kyle. Go on, please go on.
Amanda, I can't believe that I, your little sister, gets to be your maid of honor, even after our tumultuous past. I won't get into that now, though.
Tumultuous.
All jokes aside,
That was
we
a
are
joke.
two
It was a
peas
good
in
joke.
That was a
pod.
good joke. Oh, okay.
I
A
laugh.
little release of tension there.
She knows comedy.
All jokes aside, we are two peas in a pod. From listening to Dashboard Confessional to almost finishing a full pint of ice cream together, it's safe to say that we are crazy. And I can't believe that you
Pretty wild.
Pretty wild.
are finally settling down.
How old is she?
Sounds like a jab. It's like,
Amanda,
Yeah.
Yeah.
27.
27.
Finally.
Finally. Finally. How old are you?
24.
Running out of time.
Continue learning.
Don't get me started.
Well,
I haven't heard that one before.
Okay, a little rage behind that eyes.
yeah, a
those eyes.
little.
I'm working on it. And now it's to Kyle.
That was a wink for the preacher.
Kyle. You're like the brother I never had. Because Amanda's my only sibling.
Oh, okay.
It's the
good.
two of
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
Older sister, younger sister.
You're like the brother I never had, Kyle. We already fight like siblings. Remember pepperoni versus pineapple?
I remember that.
That's probably an inside thing. I don't remember.
No,
But-
I don't know.
You think it's a pizza topping?
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Is it pizza topping?
Yeah.
I do improv. That's 5 things you can put on a
I
pizza.
can never do that.
Name 3
Sauce,
other things.
pepperoni,
Pineapple.
pizza,
Pizza on pizza. Sauce,
Oh my God,
pepperoni,
bread.
so
pizza,
good.
bread, cheesy crust.
We didn't even mention pineapple.
Didn't even mention pineapple.
Well,
Because in my
that's-
book,
it's
you
divisive.
cannot
You
put
could-
that on
doesn't do
pizza. Uh-oh.
Cubed ham.
In my book, too.
What?
Cubed
That's the
ham.
next thing on your list?
Yeah,
Cubed ham?
Cubed ham.
Cute ham.
Okay.
For me, it's pepperoni or bust. That's all I'll say about that. Even when Amanda and I are being super weird and random and reciting lines from Friends, pivot.
Say that one more time, clean.
Pivot.
You watch Friends?
Is that a
Pivot.
stage direction?
It's like, no, it's like comedy. It's like, pivot.
Huh.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
You have to see it. It's really funny.
I've never heard. What's it called? Friends? Okay.
Oh my
Improv. Yeah.
Oh my God. I
I
could
had someone
never
who was
do that.
convinced it was 5 claps. And I
No.
was like, it's 4.
It's 4.
And he was like, it's 5. And I was like, you're wrong.
Wow.
No.
It's 4.
No. It's 4. No.
It's 4. I would know. Even, I'll start that sentence over.
Okay.
Please.
About how far
Yeah.
are we through
Yeah,
the
just
speech?
curious.
I just want to check. Just want to do a check for the
Is this
people
still
in
the
the
preamble? Or
4
is this-
lines.
4 lines. 4
lines.
lines left. Great.
Oh, I thought we were 4 lines through. Okay.
I mean, I'm still working on it. Like, there's still more to add. but,
Great,
like,
this is a
right
great
now,
draft.
there's, like-
Yeah, let's definitely
Okay.
troubleshoot it.
Even when Amanda and I are being super weird and random and it's reciting lines from Friends, pivot. I know you still think I'm pretty cool. And now, for the Millers, a very special performance from one of our favorite musicals that we know, Back to Front. Amanda, you know what it is. Shut up, because I know she's going to like say something. Okay. And I'll say, DJ, press play.
Is it The Lion King?
Na
Aw, that was
Souvenir. How they kiss me go. Chum 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 chum
Oh
chum
my
chum
God, how do you
chum
guys
chum
know
chum
that?
chum 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 chum.
Nah, you can
You
see
You
got
guys
it.
have
I'm not-
really
I'm
good
not allowed
voices.
to.
You can sing it. You can sing it.
He said again. I'm
I
going.
like it.
Let me do my Louis Armstrong.
I'm sorry, but have you seen the like white women's choir that sings that? And it's some
I
girl.
love it.
She's like, hello, and it's like,
She put
I
some
love it.
Alanis Morissette stank on it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
That's my preferred version. I think it's so good. And so basically, like, I'm like in the middle of like writing my own version of the song "Satisfied" from Hamilton.
Uh-huh.
So I would like do a version of that, like to like close it out, like for like the big number.
That's great. What do you think your dad's gonna? Well, good speech.
Yeah, that was
so good.
Yeah.
Thank
What
you.
do you think your dad's gonna speak about?
I think he's gonna say like that.
Birds and the bees,
He's
probably.
probably like I think like everybody's gonna cry. By the way, like I think my dad like
Sad
dad,
tears
like,
or happy?
like
Angry?
happy,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's good.
happy.
That would be the worst if people were
Sad
crying
tears.
and
Yeah,
sad,
crying
and then
sad
you had to
tears.
get on stage after your dad
Oh my God.
made
Yeah.
everybody cry.
And then when you say, first let me say, wow, it would be
Yeah,
a different,
it's a different wow.
different wow.
Oh no.
You
I
probably-
don't think that'll happen, though.
I don't think it'll happen. No, there's a bunch of
Most
other
likely.
things. Yeah. I mean, at my
oh,
speech, my dad gave a
no.
very touching thing, and people were crying, and then my best man had to speak after him, and
That's hard to follow. You can't
Hard to
follow the
follow.
parents.
Oh,
Who follows the
who
parents?
follows
No,
the
the
parents.
parents.
Except for
just
you,
speak
I'm sure you'll-
last. I mean, like mine will be okay, but I know my dad. I know my dad's gonna say like some really cute things. Like he'll probably say like he's really proud of my sister, like things like that.
That's unique, yeah.
Mhm.
And I bet he's gonna say like, oh, she looks really gorgeous.
That's good.
Okay.
On her wedding day,
A little
and like that,
disturbing
he's
for a
gonna
dad
like
to
send
say
her
that.
off.
Yeah,
and
my
stuff
little
like that.
girl, all
Yeah.
grown up. Something like, I'm just pitching, really cool
Yeah.
ideas here.
He told me like one joke he's gonna like put in there, and then he was like gonna put like to Kyle, like he was gonna say something to Kyle, like you better not hurt her, like something. It was like really funny. Like we were
I'll
like
break your
crying, laughing.
knees.
I'll break- yeah, it's you.
My
yeah.
dad did actually tell one of my prom dates he would break his kneecaps.
Oh yeah,
Not a joke.
yeah. That's what you get for dating a drummer. The timpani player next to you.
I had a friend named Tiffany,
Yeah,
but we had a falling out.
yeah. What happened?
yeah?
What happened with Tiffany?
I mean, she went
forgot
to a
her name.
different school, and like we just like stopped talking basically.
So just
And
a
then
kind of a
That's some
distance
beef.
falling out. Kind of a
it's,
distance falling out.
really
One of those things.
insane. It was really insane, yeah. So we don't really talk about her anymore. But when you said Tiffany, I was like, oh my God.
That
But then
might-
I realized like you probably weren't talking about her.
Okay, how do you feel about the speech? I feel like it's in good shape. How do you feel about your speech?
I feel like really good. Like
Yeah?
I feel like really good. Like I obviously need to like work on the song like more, and get that down because
Can we hear
like,
it?
I mean, I could cue up the sound from here.
Do
It
you,
won't be
do you have
exact.
something?
Yeah. Oh, I do, but I didn't want to like take up too much of your time. Like if you like don't, but it's like satisfied karaoke trap.
Okay, let's see if I can pull that up here.
Yeah, it's sad. And so, how many times have you seen Hamilton with or without your family?
I've seen it twice with, once without.
And when you saw it without, were you alone?
No, I went with my boyfriend at the time. We are no
Oh.
longer dating, but it's okay.
Oh, I'm
We had a little
sorry.
bit of a falling out.
Ah,
Did he move to another school?
Yeah.
And you sort of stopped talking.
yeah. Is that when you transferred from Michigan State to Ohio State?
Yeah. That's exactly when.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Were you guys on my Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I mean, you have a solid like 6,000 followers, which feels appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's so many. Like, I
Yeah.
know it's so many.
So the one quick take of the song, and then we'll move on to the next
Perfect.
section. Okay. So
Perfect. I love
this is
that.
the song you've been working on.
Okay.
Here's the instrumental. Let's see if we can pull this up.
I'm so nervous.
You got this, Allie, with a heart.
No. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Wait, can you start over one more time?
Yeah, sure. Normally, so if this is a direct parody, normally she would come in with a toast to the groom, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the first line.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
A toast to the groom. Wait. wait. Just start over one more time.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Y'all ready?
I got it.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Six, seven, one.
A toast to the groom.
Okay.
To the groom. To the groom. To the groom. To the bride. To the bride. To the bride. Bride. From your sister.
This is good.
That's great. Yeah,
That's really
I think we
good.
got it.
you.
Yeah.
When you say you personalize,
Well, that is like from me. It's like
right.
You said yeah. You said personalized. You do mean in that you'll say your name or her name at some point.
that. I did change the name. Yeah, like because in the musical, like her name is Angelica, like or like the one singing is her name is Angelica.
I see you're getting
like,
emotional as a
Yeah,
result
you're
of
really
singing.
crying. She's
Exactly.
crying
Like,
now.
and these are mostly like happy tears though. Like they're not like all like sad and mad tears.
Not like the
though.
tears
Not
your dad
all
are
of them?
like your dad are gonna release upon the crowd.
Yeah. Well, my sister and I have had like a fight or two like in our past.
Well, let's finish with that idea. What was the falling out you and your sister had?
Oh, okay. Well, there's just like one time where like it was so annoying because like I wanted to like borrow a shirt and like I took it, like, so I wanted to, so I took it, and like I was like at the mall, I was like wearing it, and it was like so cute on me, and then like who did I see but my sister?
Amanda.
I ran into Amanda, and it's like crazy because we were like both cutting class at that time, so like neither of us had like planned on seeing each other at that day, and like we both had these like, we were like in line for iced coffees, and I was like, wait, that's Amanda. And then I said that out loud, and then she turned around, and who did she see but me?
You and her shirt.
Her sister.
Probably you. Mm-hmm.
She's like, is that my shirt? I go, no.
Did you not leave the house in that shirt that day when you both went to school, or did you change into it when you got to
Well,
school?
she was like driving with her boyfriend at that time, like to school, and I was
got
still,
it. Yeah, and
I was
is
like,
that
going
her
with my
husband
friend.
now? That boyfriend?
No.
Different guy.
Okay, different guy.
You should bring that up in the speech.
I probably
I'm
would.
going to. I'm
Yeah?
going to.
Okay. In the
I'm
rewrite.
going to. Yeah. Yeah. I've got that, and that guy's name.
Also, this is from high school. This is a grudge that's lasted 10 years, about 10 years.
Well, it was sort of intense because she goes, "Is that my shirt?" I go, "No." She goes, "Yes, it is." I go, "No,
I
it's
have
not."
chills right now.
She goes, "You better not have taken my shirt out of my closet." I go, "I didn't." She goes, "Yes, you did." She goes, "Let me see the tag." She always writes her initials because I would tend to take her shirt.
Classic.
Okay.
And I go, "No."
Camp trick.
But don't you have the same initials if you're
Yeah, wait.
No, but
name
she
is Allie?
puts,
and her name's Amanda?
but she puts all three initials.
Okay.
What's her middle initial? Oh no.
S.
S.
Stephanie.
Okay. And yours?
Amanda Stephanie. And mine is...
And your last name is Madeline Richardson, right? So it's ASMR.
Why? Wait. Oh my God.
ASMR.
Oh my God. Wait, so are mine.
What's your middle name?
Susan?
Okay. Allie, Susan,
Madeline Richardson.
Madeline Richardson. So you would logically just say, I also write my initials on the tags.
However, you did go into her closet.
However, I don't put my middle initial.
Ah.
Okay, so AMR.
AMR.
Anyway, so she sort of like makes a big scene. She like tackles me like in the
Wow, that
In
actually is
line?
a big scene.
Okay. In line.
That's not what I expected.
I assume parents get called to pick up their kids. They got pulled out from work.
Well, it was just like the Starbucks worker there, like being like, "You guys literally can't be doing this. Like, you are like scaring away the customers and stuff like that." And we ended up like laughing about it, but like I had like sort of this like bruise at my elbow, and like she made me take off my shirt like and give it to her in that moment, and
Wow.
all I had was like a cami underneath, so I was like
Oh,
walking
yeah.
around just like with a cami, so it was like sort of intense, like, but we got over it like probably like the next hour or so.
That's great. Definitely bring that up at the wedding. I think
I probably
that's the
will,
nail
yeah.
in the coffin at the wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, on the issue.
Yeah.
Well, that brings
So-
us to our next segment. How about this is going to be for May. So this is I don't have a segment called yet, but anything y'all want to promote out in the world. Yes.
Oh my God.
Your first comedy podcast, you get to promote a little something going on in May.
Oh,
Going on
my
in May.
Going on in
God.
May.
It's gonna be May. Well, first I want to promote. First off, I'll go first if you don't mind.
Please, I'm looking at my calendar.
First, I want to promote. First, I want to promote my big sister's wedding in June,
Okay.
and
Open wedding.
well, we're gonna be going to like a couple bars afterwards, so I'll like definitely text you guys.
Okay.
Please
great.
do. Please
Yeah.
do.
Okay. And then also, I would love to promote this like, well, like
Your
I
friend
said,
has
I
a
was,
show, right? May 27th.
yeah, exactly. There's this like comedian that I think like is like she's like really funny mostly.
She's okay.
She's like really funny mostly, but she's like doing this show like it's like a one girl show on May 27th, Saturday at People's Improv Theater in New York, and that's like May 27th, like a Saturday, like at 9.
And
so
that's
I'll
called
be there for that.
Okay.
The Changing Room with what's your friend's name?
Julia Schroeder.
Schroeder.
Ah, okay.
I think I've heard of
Yeah.
her.
Very funny.
Yeah. Yeah, she like makes me LOL. Kind of like how you guys were
Literally?
making me LOL. Like,
Okay,
Earlier,
that's good to
yeah.
know.
well, like she like makes me write out the LOL.
When you type,
She makes
great.
you write it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She like she makes me write it out on comments on her posts.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm gonna go check that out too because I've heard okay things.
I've heard great
okay
things. I heard it
things.
premiered at SoloCom, the PIT SoloCom.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
I did hear that crushed. I heard that crushed big time. Well, I have a therapy appointment on the 10th of May.
Oh my god,
That-
is it open?
It is open. It's an open call actually.
Open call.
So
Therapists looking for new clients.
you show up at 8 a.m. if you're non-union.
This is the forum to
And-
promote your auditions also. So if you're sending any tapes in to Actors Access, you can send them my way and I'll screen them for the
I do have
the
some new
watchers.
reels dropping.
Okay,
So if you could all
great.
like that. I have a show 2 days after we record this, so this will air about a month after that. So if you
Great.
could go back in time and come to my show in 2 days, April 19th at Club Coming.
I'll go.
That would be so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go.
That would be awesome. That's those are the big things for now.
April 19th at Club Coming. I'll also be on that show. It'll be a fun show.
Oh yeah.
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 Yeah,
You
yeah.
will be on
You
that,
guys,
Dejen.
you guys both will be.
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you know this about New York comedy shows, but all of the comedians are on all the other
We're all on the
comedian
same shows.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
It's one big show.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I'll start comedy.
Yeah. Yes. Start comedy.
That's what got you.
Oh, great. Well, that does it. Thanks my guests, Lauren from the University of Miami, bass major, and of course, Allie,
With a heart.
Jordan.
Allie Jordan.
Wait, I thought it was Allie
I thought it was
Susan.
Mr. Allie Susan
Madeline
Mr.
I'm hoping to marry Michael Jordan.
Okay. Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan.
I'm hoping to
Soon to
marry
be bride of Michael B.
Good
Jordan.
luck.
Less unwhiten your family. Okay, that'll do it for the show. Thank you. Can we do an insert? One thing. All right, now the big other recurring. Now the recurring segment to ask Lauren, what are you doing with your major? 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 What are you doing with your major?
I write my own music for comedy shows. And I played bass last night. Dusted the old girl off.
There you go.
I play music in my shows sometimes.
What are you doing
What
with your
you-
major?
What are you doing with your major? Great, and that's going to do it for the show. Thank y'all. We're going to switch mics and blah, blah, blah. We'll see you next week.
And what are you doing with your other major and your minors and your
that's true.
all those?
A special thanks to Lauren and to Julia Schroeder, who was here. So I'll shout out to my wife. We went over by like 2 hours in the recording. So thanks for your time there, my sweetie Iris. And also special thanks to the BRIC, that's Brooklyn Public Media Podcast Intensive, for helping me get this pilot sort of formulated, off the ground, and into the air. So tune in next week where I interview my brother, Odalo Wasihango, an alum of California Institute of the Arts in experimental animation.
It doesn't take much. When you see a naked body, I don't care who you are. You see a naked body, it does something to you. It does something to you. It just does something to you. But so it did something to me. I was like, wow, you know. So I hop the fence, you know what I mean? We get on, or everybody's partying. I'm talking about keg, pool, swimming naked.